I mean, obviously that was a heck of a game. If you're a fan of softball, that was a great game. I thought a great pitcher's duel. Shaylee threw her tail off. I thought Kennedy came in and did a great job. We just, we hadn't found our rhythm quite yet in the batter's box. And that was something we talked about before this game, is that Texas State's a scrappy team, and it's going to be hard. And you got to persevere. You got to be gritty. They're a gritty team, and I thought we just did a heck of a job. And super proud of AC. She hasn't been in our lineup. She's been in and out of our lineup. She's a freshman, and these are just, such pivotal reps for her when you talk about developing our program.
Aiyana, before you batted, Julia came up and put her arms around you. What did she say, or did she say anything before you went to the bat, get the last hit?
She just told me not to make things bigger than what they were and just to relax and just breathe.
Talk about the last two at-bats. When you get the hit on the changeup, looked like you waited for it. Maybe you weren't the last time that led to the tying run, and then talk about your last at-bat. How about
just
the first
working my way from the bottom and just keeping my head up and just working up to where I got now.
Shaylee, could you talk about what was working for you on pitching, and then last time you actually did the same thing when you faced him? Did you build off the last time, or what about that?
I kind of didn't really think about the last game. This game was totally new coming in, different stage, different atmosphere everywhere. But, I just had to get in my groove. At first I was a little shaky, but being able to settle in and take it pitch by pitch rather than trying to be too perfect was what helped me out tonight.
Before we talk, Trisha, any of the players, did the first inning when you didn't score, do you think that took a little bit out of you because it looked like you were going to score and then you didn't? What about that?
I think we didn't lose the fight the whole game. Being able to lean on each other when somebody was down, somebody was able to pick someone up. So being able to keep that steady pace the whole game.
And Shaylee, what about the punt, the bunt, the hit that you didn't pick up that almost ended up costing you? How did you block that out, or what about? Did you try to rush it?
I guess I tried to rush it. Just out of luck on that one. But I don't know. I think it was fine after that.
Trisha,
I think she does a good job. Sorry, I'm going to.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she does. A really good pitcher has the ability to have a short-term memory, and I think she did a really good job of resetting after. And I think she rushed it a little bit. The kids got speed. It took a kind of funky hop, but I thought Shaylee did a heck of a job of just kind of resetting, refocus, and living in the moment. Like, you can't control a lot of things, but what you can control is your mindset and your approach to the next pitch. And I thought she did a heck of a job.
And what about your team doing that same thing? Because you're down to your last pitch, your last strike or whatever, and you hadn't really done a lot. You talked about you would get runners on, but could you get them in?
Yeah, I think, that's kind of our brand of ball, and that's something that I will continue to build here. I think they just did a really good job of not losing focus, not getting down. Mullins is a heck of a pitcher. You look at her, she's, beat some big teams this year. She's beat big teams every single year for her career, and so we played clean defense. I think that's the other piece that I thought was huge. And when we talked prior to going into regionals, I said it's going to begin and end in the circle, and we got to play clean defense. And Coco had that little mishap, but other than that, it didn't cost us anything. And so I just think that we're a young team, but a good team, and a good team finds a way to win, and that's what we did tonight.
Coach, you kind of touched on it in your opening statement, but I guess walking away from that kind of game, is it like nerve-wracking, frustrating, exciting? I guess how do you kind of process the emotions of that?
Yeah, so I think it's exciting for them. I'm pretty business. I'm happy, excited. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather win than lose. But I was already in Kennedy's ear. We were talking about, okay, how we're going to go. I'm just very business-like. I have faith that we're going to come through, but it's just more of what's next? We're the home team, so I knew we were going to get another shot out there. But yeah, I'm happy for AC because of the work that she's put in. That's the fun. The fun is the work that you've put in. I thought she did a good job. If you notice, she kind of widened her stance a little bit. She was waiting for the ball. She was thinking oppo. She knows all this, just gets a little nervous, but she was using the ground a little bit, but she was thinking about driving the ball the other way. And, AC has had her moments with changeups, and she's had her moments where she really delivered. And I think she did a heck of a job. Those are two big at-bats as a freshman in this type of environment that she's going to be able to put in her toolbox and grab later on in her career.
And then what was kind of your message to your hitters when they decided to bring Mullins back into the game? Any difference in how you approach attacking her, given that she's kind of coming in a little bit colder?
Yeah, I just said we prepped for this. Like, this is it. Like, I talked to them at practice this week. Like, you got to fill your head with good stuff, and that's kind of what I told Coco and Amari. And Coco is another kid that had some good at bats but didn't get on. And you want to talk about the growth of Coco Woolley? That's it right there. Coming up in that last inning and getting herself on and not letting her previous at bats get to her. And so that was really just my message is like, we've prepped for her. Like, this is it. Like, let's get after it.
I gotta ask on the last play in the seventh, or I guess not the last play, but the tying play. When Allie's rounded in second, are you kind of?
Trugger was telling her to stop. Yes. Yeah.
So what was going through your mind, just kind of seeing that play unfold, and her at least being able to hustle and force the issue?
You don't want to know what I was thinking. Yeah. Luck went our way. It's a game of momentum. And so I would have probably been in another place if she would have gotten hosed. But it went our way. And so you got to build on that. I mean, you have games where there's lots of ups and downs. And I think, we caught a break and we took advantage of it, and it worked in our favor. So.
Could you answer that question? Do you think maybe that first inning when you didn't score maybe took a little bit out of you or not?
You know what, Cease? I really felt like we had good energy in the dugout for the whole entire. And I was actually talking to lefty Emily Kennedy. At the beginning of the game, the first inning and the second inning, I was like, oh, okay, we got a little spice in here tonight. So I think that was good. Yes, but I think Mullins kind of settled in. I mean, Shaylee, she admits to it, we know, but it was a little shaky that first inning, and then I felt like she settled down and just she got better as the game went on. And so I think Mullins did the same thing. And, we just, I don't know. I really felt like we had good focus for 8 innings tonight.
What kind of challenges does Texas present going into tomorrow?
Yeah, they're just a really good ball club. I mean, they're scrappy. They do a lot of short game. They got quite a few lefties. So they'll beat you by the short game, and then they move runners well. I mean, I think they're scrappy. I think Whitey's teams always compete, but I'm always going to bet on us. So we're going to go out there and compete too and get after it.